Ads are evolving. What used to work in the past is not working for a lot of people right now. AI has been heavily integrated in all platforms, be it Google, be it Meta, be it anything else. They're trying to take control of how your campaigns run, who it shows to, and based on the objective, try to show it to relevant people and get you the kind of results that you're looking for. And that is good for a lot of businesses. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. These platforms have the highest amount of data that is available for that particular objective, and your audiences, your business, your category, your industry, your service type, and all of that. But having said that, there are a couple of things that you still need to take into account. If you take care of these 5 things, then it doesn't matter if it's AI running the show or however you're running the campaign, you're going to get good results. The first part is planning. Now, when I say planning, there are a lot of components to this. So planning involves what platforms are you looking to go ahead with? Is it Meta only? Is it Google? How are you deciding that? Where is your audience situated? What platforms do they use? Is it going to be an offer-based campaign? Is it going to be a lead gen campaign, a website conversion campaign? How are you planning to run it? How many assets are going to be there? What exactly is it going to do? Do you have an offer in place? How good is the offer? What is the competition doing? What is the industry overall doing? What is the industry doing in the local market that you're operating in and the international market? Sometimes you can find a lot of good stuff happening internationally. What type of ads are being run right now by your competitors in the general industry? What kind of keywords are they targeting? What do their ad copies look like? What are the creatives? So a lot of questions that you need to have answered before you can go ahead and create your campaign. I know the instinct. You probably go to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or whatever LLM you use, and you ask it for a campaign that can help you immediately increase your sales, your leads, your engagement, your views, whatever you're focusing on. And it gives you a series of campaign ideas. And I think you should do a lead gen campaign. I think you should do an engagement campaign. WhatsApp is pretty good in UAE. So do you WhatsApp? Or do a landing page because that is where high converters are. Or do a gated ebook or a landing page with something very difficult for the user to do so that your lead quality improves. So these are all suggestions and they're partly right in everything that they do. But which of these actually fit with your business? How many of these are associated with the results that you're looking for? So before going into that, before deciding on what the campaign actually is, you need a background check and a reality check. If the industry has, let's say, 1,800 or 3,000 plus ads, for example, in real estate, that's the usual number of meta ads that are running at point in time, especially on offline properties, sometimes even more. You need to see how you can differentiate yourself from that number. And in many cases, you need to see how you can replicate what someone else is doing. I mean, if it's being done by a tier A company and the campaign has been running for, let's say, the past 6 months, that means they're probably doing something right and you can take a thing or two from it. Not entirely, but you can take inspiration from it. So that way you have a good starting point on deciding on how you want to take it forward. If you're looking at Google, you can look at, if you're using a tool like Href, you can look at what their landing pages look like. You can look at what their ad copies look like. If you know specific competitors, you can go to the ad transparency tool on Google and see what kind of ads are they running. Are they doing search only? Are they doing display as well? Are they doing video? Are they using a combination of everything, which is probably Performance Max or a discovery campaign? What is your competition doing? And then based on that information, you decide, okay, I see these 4 loopholes. No one is talking about, in real estate, for example, no one is talking about properties in one specific area. In B2B, they're not talking about this particular service, or they're not talking about this pain point, or whatever you might find. Now, this is where your business actually comes in, your business mind. So based on that, you decide, okay, my campaign's direction is, I want to generate leads. My offer is X, and the service that I'm trying to push is Y. And why I'm doing this is because I've seen what's happening in the market, and I've chosen these platforms because this is where my audience is. I want to go towards that route. So you have a more robust plan in place that you can implement and take forward. Because a campaign that you're running is not a short-lived campaign. It's something that is going to stay there for a bit to start getting you results. And of course, the most important part, what kind of budget are you looking at? Is it a fresh ad account that you're working on? If so, be ready to burn some budget in the beginning. See, the algorithm doesn't know who you are or what your audience looks like. So it's going to start working on best guesses on what to do and who to show it to. It's only after a couple of events are triggered that it's able to better understand your audience. So what kind of budgets do you have? For a month, for experimentation, for a week, for let's say the next 6 to 12 months. This is where all the planning comes in. So the second most important thing that you need to take into account is the assets that you're going to create. Based on the platform that you selected in planning, is it Meta, is it Google, Snapchat, whatever? Now is the time to decide the assets. Is it going to be static? Is it going to be carousels, reels? What does the landing page look like? What does the email campaign look like? What is happening overall? And each has its own set of items that need to be looked at. If it's a reel, are you doing what? A walkthrough video, a demo video? If it's a SaaS product, are you doing a founder story? Are you doing a case study? Is it a product demo that you're working on? Are you doing a fashion sort of a shoot? What exactly is going to be the asset? If it's a landing page, then on the landing page, what's going to happen? What do you want the users to do once they land on it? What do they see first? Do they see testimonials? Do they see a strong call to action? Does it resonate with the campaign that you're running? If it's a Google campaign, what kind of keywords are you looking at? What kind of ad groups are you creating? What ad copies are you going to work on? Over there, if you're doing, let's say, a display-based campaign or a video-based campaign running on YouTube, what's exactly going to be in it? And then, of course, all the variations that need to come in based on sizes, based on platforms, based on the offer itself. Are you testing variations of the creative where you say X and you want to see if this resonates with this audience? What do you want to do in the assets? So that's something that you need to take into account when running the campaigns. Next comes execution. Execution is basically when you open the ad account and you say, okay, start a campaign. This is the campaign name, the ad set name, the ad, whatever. Now, a lot of people, what they do in this case is they open ChatGPT in parallel or Claude or Gemini, whatever LLM they use. And then they keep on asking it like series of steps. Okay, I'm planning to do this. What do I put over here? What do I put over here? What do I put over here? And that's okay. But it's a lot better to plan in advance. And you need to make sure that the assets that you created, the planning that you did in the past, does it all connect to the execution? A lot of times what happens is when you're running a campaign, Claude suggested something else which contradicts your initial plan, even if you've given it like the complete context of the campaign, whatever you're planning to do. So it's a lot better to just put it down in pen and paper, an Excel sheet or whatever you use digitally, and then tell it exactly, your LLM, what the execution looks like. So then it gives you that series of steps. Okay, now fill this out, use this audience. If your creative is in Arabic and you're targeting an English user-based audience, results are probably not going to be there. And vice versa if you go the other way around. So your execution needs to be bang on. If you are running Google, then you need to decide what keywords, what match types, what conversion tracking, what goes where, to be able to set up the campaign. And of course, the part where the budget comes in. Are you going all in phase one, like immediately setting up, let's say you have 3,000 dirhams a month that you're planning to put up? Are you doing 100 dirhams a day? Or are you saying, okay, I'll put 50 dirhams a day until the campaign is not mature, I'm not going to scale the campaign? Both are valid, depends on the strategy. So just need to keep that into account when you're running execution. Now, this is the part that a lot of agencies and marketers go wrong with. That is tracking and data loops. The algorithm needs to know what happens to someone after they get in touch with you. Now, on e-com, that is pretty self-served, when they go to view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, and then complete purchase. So Meta knows the entire journey. But if it's a service-based business, then Meta doesn't know. Google doesn't know. All they do is they bring the traffic to your website or that instant form that you're running. What happened to that lead afterwards, that stays in your CRM. And the CRM is probably not talking to the ad account. If it doesn't talk to the ad account, there is no result. And something that we say that needs to be done at all times is everything that goes on digital needs to be tracked. If you're running 5 variations of an ad, if you're saying a founder story versus problem handling versus credibility focused versus another hook that you're probably using, which hook resulted in that particular sale? That needs to be stored somewhere. And that needs to be sent back to Meta or Google. If it doesn't, you're flying blind. The next set of campaigns that you're going to run, they're not going to be very effective because you haven't salvaged all the data that you have. When you don't give that complete data loop back to these platforms, they start focusing more on quantity as opposed to quality. Meta gets a lead, goes to the CRM doesn't say anything, Meta gives you another lead, goes to the CRM, and then another lead, and then another lead, and then another. So Meta doesn't know what's happening over here. If it doesn't, it starts focusing only on quantity. And a month later, you'd probably say, what are all these garbage leads that I'm getting? Why are there no sales? And you start saying things like, the agency scammed me, this resource isn't working, that isn't happening, blaming it everywhere, apart from the one place where it actually matters. There was no data loop. Fix this, and your campaigns improve in the next 6 weeks. And this part is what many people treat ad hoc. They just don't plan for it. They don't make it a robust part of the entire system. And as a result, they keep on wondering what to do next. It's basically to strategize and to set a framework for experimentation. When I say experiment, this could be anything. I mean, a new offer, a new set of creatives, a new campaign, a new placement, new objective. You're saying lead gen isn't working. Someone recommended WhatsApp. You say, okay, I'll come to WhatsApp. You shift the budget over there. Someone says no website conversions work better. You shift over there. All of these are good suggestions. They aren't bad. Just that they need to be a part of the experiment, and a channelized experiment, a continuous experiment that you're running. See, what happens is you have your main campaign. It starts delivering results, giving you results, steady results. Assets are there, conversion tracking is there, everything is working fine. But 6 weeks from now, it probably doesn't work anymore. So what you do is you have this campaign running, and then you set up a set of experiments. Small budget, let's say 20% allocation. You try 2 things, 5 things. You see, okay, now this is working. Make it a part of the major campaign. Your campaign becomes more robust. Repeat the same activity over time. More campaign experiments shift into the main campaign. Experiments shift into the main campaign. And then as a result, what happens is your campaigns don't go stale. Your results don't go down, and you keep on improving. So experimentation, along with data loops and conversion tracking, gives you the longevity that you need to make sure that your campaigns deliver results and keep on delivering them over time. So that every 3 to 4 weeks, you don't have to sit down again and think about, okay, now what do I do? How do I correct this issue? I'm sure this is something that has happened to you. It's either you sitting with your agency or it's your agency sitting down and thinking internally. Either way, someone has to sit down and figure it out. So why not make it a part of the continuous campaign planning and the activity that you're doing? So these are 5 core pillars that you need to take into account to ensure that your fundamentals are correct. If your fundamentals are correct, doesn't matter what AI is doing, your campaigns will keep on improving, you will start seeing better results, and you'll just keep on growing. So keep growing, keep moving forward. Best of luck.